Command and General Staff College. How do you educate and train an army spread across the West in small, isolated garrisons? This was the problem facing Commanding General of the Army William T. Sherman in the 1880s. His answer was to create the School of Application for Infantry and Cavalry in 1881, which would morph into the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College. The School of Application was designed as a technical school to train infantry and cavalry officers on their basic duties in an army without a centralized training system. With the outbreak of the Spanish-American War, the school shut its doors for 4 years because of the demands placed on the Army. When it reopened in 1904, the experience of that war convinced the Army of the need for education, and a total of 4 schools flourished on Fort Leavenworth, known as the Army Service Schools. The focus changed to educating officers on their duties on higher-level planning staffs. The intent was to create a graduate-level school of war. The importance of a Leavenworth education was seen in France. Fort Leavenworth graduates dominated the American Expeditionary Force, with 23 of the 26 divisions in France having Leavenworth-trained chiefs of staff, while 5 of the 26 had commanders who had been through the course at Fort Leavenworth. General of the Armies acknowledged the contribution when he established a line and staff school in France based on the Leavenworth model. After the war, the school was re-established, and during the interwar period, a large number of officers who went on to World War II fame called the Leavenworth area home. Major George S. Patton Jr. attended the course in 1923-24, and through hard work was named the honor graduate. His friend Major Dwight D. Eisenhower attended in 1925-26, and was also named the honor graduate of the course. The course at Fort Leavenworth made a major contribution to World War II. The U.S. Army had 22 corps during the war, commanded normally by a 3-star general. Of the 36 general officers who commanded those corps, 35 attended the Command and General Staff College. During the war, the school expanded, changing from a 2-year to a 3-month course to produce thousands of officers to fill the expanding U.S. Army. Officers who went through that reduced course did not get a credit for attending Command and General Staff College and had to return to Leavenworth for education. The next major change to the curriculum occurred in the late 1960s and early 1970s with the beginning of a Masters of Military Arts and Science program, accredited through the North Central Association of Colleges and Secondary Schools. A second-year course, known as the Advanced Military Studies program, began in the 1980s to give selected students advanced education in planning, preparing, and executing full-spectrum operations in joint, multinational, and interagency contexts. Today, over 1,500 officers a year attend the 10-month resident course at Fort Leavenworth. All officers in the U.S. Army attend either the resident course at Fort Leavenworth, a satellite campus run by Command and General Staff College at 3 different locations, or in the reserve component course taught by Leavenworth certified officers. These students at Fort Leavenworth are typically majors with 10 to 12 years of service and attend one of 2 courses. One begins in August through June or February to December. A typical August class contains just over 800 students. Approximately 200 of those students are what is called sister service, Navy, Air Force, Marine, or Coast Guard officers with a few U.S. government civilian agencies represented. 80 are international military students. Since the first foreign officer, Lieutenant Henri Lecomte, attended in 1894, over 7,000 officers have attended the Command and General Staff College, adding a unique international element to the school and local Leavenworth community through the sponsorship program that links local families with international families during their year in America. Over 230 of these officers have been inducted into the International Hall of Fame for obtaining, through merit, their country's highest ranks or heads of state. To date, 7 graduates of Fort Leavenworth have gone on to be President or Prime Minister of their country. The mission of the Command and General Staff College has evolved over its history, but today, the Command and General Staff College stands ready to educate field-grade officers for the challenges they'll face in their future careers.